From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, August the 14th, 2018. Israel announced it would ease restrictions on Gaza as soon as tomorrow, given there is no violence from the enclave before then. Israel's Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman said barring any violent incidents at the Gaza border, the Kerem Shalom crossing into Gaza would fully reopen tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. local time, and Gaza's permitted fishing zone would be extended. Lieberman said this was meant to be a message to the Palestinians in Gaza that maintaining the quiet is first and foremost in the interest of Gaza residents. The decision was made after a top-level security meeting yesterday on the Gaza situation. Israeli media reports that the Israeli Security Cabinet will meet tomorrow to discuss a long-term ceasefire agreement with terror group Hamas, who rules Gaza. The agreement, brokered by Egypt, has been discussed by Israeli and Hamas officials over the last few weeks. And while no rockets have been fired at Israel from Gaza over the last 5 days, there were still arson devices being sent over the Gaza fence. 4 incendiary balloons landed outside a community in southern Israel today, but did not spark any fires. In the West Bank, meanwhile, Israeli troops arrested 3 Palestinian suspects found carrying pipe bombs near the Jewish settlement of Elon Moreh. And in a separate incident, 2 pipe bombs were thrown at Rachel's tomb, the holy site in Bethlehem. They failed to detonate and no damage or injury was caused. Also overnight last night, IDF troops uncovered an illegal weapons manufacturing workshop near Hebron and apprehended 2 Palestinians suspected of making and trading the weapons. 3 Israeli tourists were reportedly attacked by police in Romania on Friday. The incident took place during a violent protest in Bucharest against government corruption, which the tourists said they were not a part of, but were simply in a taxi cab in the area on their way back to their hotel, when they said they were dragged out of the taxi and assaulted by riot police. Israel's embassy in Bucharest protested the incident to the Romanian government, calling it unacceptable and extremely serious. And police in Berlin are investigating threatening letters sent both to the Israeli embassy in the city and the U.S. embassy there. The letters contained an unidentified white powder. A police spokeswoman told the Associated Press today that the Israeli embassy received that letter on July the 24th. The U.S. embassy received their letter on July the 26th. Well, Israeli technology will soon be helping to tackle the cholera epidemic in Cameroon. Israel's Agency for International Development, with the help of the Foreign Ministry, will provide water filtration systems from Israeli company New Filtration. The unique treatment systems will be given to thousands of people in the Central African country who currently have no access to clean water. And an Israeli startup is hoping to get FDA approval for a new implant that regenerates cartilage. A 30-year-old woman in Jerusalem became the first Israeli patient to receive the implant from Israeli startup Cartilage last month. The implant is made of aragonite, which is a form of calcium carbonate, and should help regenerate her cartilage and bone over time. Cartilage is conducting a global clinical trial of its technology, which could help millions of people around the world who suffer from cartilage knee pain. Cartilage was set up in collaboration with Ben Gurion University of the Negev. New chairman of the Jewish agency, Isaac Herzog, made his first U.S. appearance in that role. Herzog spoke at federations in the New York area last week, where he said one of his top priorities would be examining new ways for more Jews to connect to Jewish life and to Israel. Herzog took over from longtime chair Natan Sharansky on August the 1st. He said he had intentionally set out for the United States in his first week in office to learn about the unique needs of the Jewish American community. Also saying he was very aware of the growing feeling that diaspora Jews are drifting away from Israel, and promised, he said, "I will do everything in my power to act against this trend that's increasingly dividing us. We are one nation, small amongst nations, that's facing huge challenges." He said only when we are together can we overcome them. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, August the 14th at 7 o'clock, a look at Israeli social justice. At 8, Director of International Relations for the Hotline for Refugees and Migrants, Tamara Newman, talks about Israel's refugee policies and Israel's attitude to those entering Israel seeking asylum. That's from JBS's exclusive television coverage of Limud New York 2018. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with President of the Middle East Forum, Dr. Daniel Pipes, who talks about Islamic fundamentalism on L'chaim. At 10, Israeli President Reuven Rivlin talks about key issues in the Israel-diaspora relationship, followed by a panel discussion on the major challenges of Israeli diaspora relations, all from last year's GA. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, it's In the News with Mark Golub, who speaks with Conference of Presidents Executive Vice Chairman Malcolm Hoenlein. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, August the 14th, 2018. I'm Teisha Bader.